Hello ECC families, this is Cindy Hebenstreit, Principal of the Early Childhood Center. I hope this video finds you well. I also hope many of you were able to go out and enjoy the beautiful weather that we had this weekend. I know the last 6 or 7 weeks have been challenging for many different reasons. For some families, juggling work, teaching children at home, and caring for family members has caused a great deal of stress. I want you to know that my teachers and I appreciate all of your support for what we have tried to do to provide high quality learning opportunities for your child in the home setting. We have had read alouds by teachers. Our wonderful librarian, Mrs. Justice, has weekly read alouds that she shares on your child's library tile, and I'm also sharing them in our weekly update. I know our district had a wonderful bus parade, and it was a great sight to see children and families out on the street corners practicing appropriate social distancing, but waving to our bus drivers. And I know that they very much appreciated seeing all of their children that they missed very much. One of the signs that I saw was MRH Stands Strong, and that was a personal favorite. And that sort of leads me into my next reason for coming to you, and that is the June 2nd election, where our Prop E bond issue will be. When we return to school, there are still issues that remain. One of the primary issues that the bond issue was going to address for our ECC facility was the ponding that we have across our play spaces. When it rains, areas become muddy and then are unable to be used by the students. Water stands on sidewalks, creating dangerous passageways for children as they play. And in some areas, the water is 6 inches deep. Obviously, that's not a good situation, and the bond issue will address these issues across all of the outside spaces. There are some structural issues that the bond issue will also address at ECC. One example is our brick wall near the main lobby that has some cracks, and those cracks need to be addressed to ensure the structural integrity of that area. Also at ECC, we need to provide more security along our perimeter. One of the things that is proposed if the bond issue passes is a fence will be erected along the Oakland side. It will be 6 feet tall, and there will also be a lockable gate, ensuring that visitors and guests to our building and parents access our main lobby through the parking lot, either by parking their car or walking up. We also want to have fencing across our courtyard area. This will be more of an opaque fencing with some cutouts to ensure the safety of those classrooms that have access doors into the courtyard. We will also be raising the fence line along the new preschool spaces and pulling a fence along the parking lot, separating the farm gardens and our play spaces from the parking lot areas. On the inside, we're looking at ways that we can provide more security of our inside building areas, and we want to make sure guests coming to the building and parents come directly to the main office. And so we're working with architects to figure out how partitions could work so that that can happen. We are also looking at partitions in our preschool spaces that can come down and secure the preschool piazza and home space areas. With these different partitions are doors that would be erected in the different hallway areas off the main lobby. We will also create a new student access point where there will be a secretary and then direct access to the nurse's office, eliminating the need for the child to come down and access the main entrance door. And another important aspect of the bond issue will be to help us with our current special ed spaces that now are quite small, and we need to make some modifications so that there are larger spaces for our children receiving special services. Again, our bond issue will be on the ballot on June 2nd. Please help keep MRH strong. And if you have any questions about the bond issue, which will be a no tax increase bond, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.